12 solid sexy fragrances for the summer. I am just stoked. I'm looking at these fragrances and they're all freaking bangers. They're all gorgeous. They will get the job done, and I mean have you smelling great and pleasing, and compliments will definitely come your way. So if you're interested to see what I have to offer when it comes to summer fragrances and to see what made my #1 spot this year, keep it right there. All right, let's get into it. At number 12 from the house of Prada, and one of my favorite fragrances from the house, Prada Luna Rossa. Prada Luna Rossa is an overlooked fragrance when it comes to the house of Prada. One of actually my favorite fragrances from the house, my favorite fragrance from the house. I got a 5-ounce bottle within a year and a half. I'm already halfway with it. This has to be my dumb reach fragrance, my everyday fragrance, when I have a big collection, as you can tell in the back. So I'm always struggling what fragrance to wear. This is actually my dumb reach, my go-getting fragrance when I don't know what to wear, but still will get the job done and will definitely garner compliments. Fresh, soothing, great for the nose when you want to smell gorgeous in a nice hot environment. At number 12, Prada Luna Rossa. Next up at number 11 is from an inspiration house from the house of Parfums Vintage, and it's none other than Aqua. Aqua is their take on 2016 Invictus Aqua from the house of Paco Rabanne. Now, if you absolutely loved the 2016 Invictus Aqua, I highly suggest you try out Parfums Vintage Take Aqua. This opens up with a nice heavy dose of marine note, fresh with a little hint of a salty vibe. That's what I get on my skin, but gorgeous fragrance. To me, they got it right. Now, I recently picked this up on Friday. Been wearing it for about a couple of days, and the performance on this bad boy is actually pretty good. I get around 3 to 3.5 hours of solid projection, and then becomes a skin scent, but yet noticeable. Again, opens up with a fresh marine vibe and a slightly small hint of saltiness in the dry down, which I get on my skin. I absolutely love it, and this will definitely be in my rotation for the summertime of 2019. Aqua from the house of Parfums Vintage. All right, at number 10 will definitely be on a lot of people's lists, Versace's Man Fresh. This has to be a heavy hitter for the summertime. Regardless if you're a fan of the house of Versace or not, this is gorgeous. This screams summer in a bottle. I will absolutely be wearing this to a beach type of scenery, or when I'm out and about on dress casually, running errands, just hanging out with some friends. This will definitely be a fragrance to go to. Fresh citrus is all you can ask for from this bottle. I mean, performance isn't all that great. I get around 6 to 7 hours of longevity, 7 hours stretching, and then I have to reapply, but still a gorgeous fresh citrus fragrance that you will definitely get noticed and will definitely give you compliments. At number 10, Versace's Man Fresh. At number 9 is Love at First Sniff. This has some love and hate in the fragrance community, but I absolutely fell in love with it when I first got my nose on it. From the house of John Byredo's Artisan Pure. This was actually my #1 pick, I say 2 years ago. Gorgeous fragrance, guys. Niche quality at best. You could probably find this bottle for around 30-40 bucks online if you look right, but this will definitely get the job done in the summertime. High summer heat. If you live in Florida, Texas, wherever the sun is at its best, this will definitely take the cake for a beach scenery, barbecue, ballpark. You're looking for a fresh, sexy fragrance to rock that you feel like, you know what, I feel like up in my confidence and I want to get noticed today. Go with Artisan Pure. Gorgeous, sexy summer fragrance. At number 9 from the house of John Byredo's Artisan Pure. At number 8 from the house of Dolce & Gabbana, Light Blue Intense. Citrus, salty sexiness right here, guys. So I've been a fan of the original Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This, to me, the Intense, I would say lasted slightly a little bit more than the original, but with the original I got a little bit more projection. So the original projected off of my skin a little bit more than the Intense does, but I get more of a better life with the Intense than the original. I do own the original, but I absolutely like to rock this one in the summertime, especially this summertime. It's going to be a hot one here in Texas. So if you're heading out and you're going to be around a group of people, or you're just going to a sports event that's outdoors, or anything that is outdoors, guys, that you're dressed casually, this is a great, salty, fresh, sexy scent that just will definitely get it done. At number 8, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. All right, you're looking for that one fragrance that could just be your number one fragrance all summer long. This right here is that type of fragrance from the house of YSL L'homme Parfum. I've been a fan of Y since the original, but with the original sucked in performance. I got around 5 hours of longevity and 2 hours max of projection. This right here ups its performance, ups its longevity and projection. I get around 4 hours of projection and around 8 hours of longevity. Believe it or not, I actually do. This performs very, very good on my skin. This can be an all day, every day, any type of occasion fragrance, to work, to a ballpark, to the beach, to the club, hanging out, having a dinner with your girl. This can definitely take the cake, and very versatile is what I'm trying to say. Gorgeous, sophisticated, but yet fresh type of vibe. At number 7, Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau de Parfum. And my number 6 spot was actually going to take this year's number 1 spot. After doing some research and seeing that it's hard to get your hands on it now, and seeing that it's been sold for around $250 on eBay, Amazon has it for like $150. It's just crazy. When I actually got this bottle for $60. Gorgeous fragrance, and I am disappointed that the company is not actually producing this fragrance anymore. From the house of Thierry Mugler, Ultra Zest. This was actually my number 1 spot, but I still have it in this list because I will still be rocking this bad boy regardless if it's going to be discontinued or not. It is that gorgeous. You have that orange creamy vibe to it. Great for a hot summer day, but I'm glad that I picked up this bottle when it was actually first released. So I will still be rocking this, and if you own this, go ahead and rock it this summer because it will not let you down. At number 6, Ultra Zest from the house of Thierry Mugler. At number 5, one of my favorite fragrances from the house of Creed, and it's none other than Millésime Impérial. This is actually a I forgot the batch. This is actually a 2009 batch of fruity, salty, sexy summer fragrance right here, guys. Now, I first got my nose on this at the boutique. I fell in love with it, but wasn't ready to spend around $450 on it. Went on FragranceNet, picked up a bottle. I got a 2016 batch, and it absolutely sucked. 30 minutes on my skin and then it was gone, so I decided to return it. I never looked back on this fragrance because I was disappointed in the new batches. But lucky me, on one of my fragrance groups, I had somebody selling this for about $150. Saw that it was a 2009 version, so I decided to pick it up. Man, I am grateful that I got my hands on an older batch, because to me this lasts around 8 hours and projects around 3 to 4 hours. A nice melon salty vibe. I get a lot of salt in this fragrance, which I absolutely love. Gorgeous gold bottle, displays the sexy salty melon feel in the liquid itself. This will definitely be my fragrance when I'm heading to the beach. Screams summer in a bottle. I absolutely love this fragrance, and it actually gives Aventus a run for being my favorite Creed of all time. At number 5, Millésime Impérial. At number 4 is a high citrus fragrance. Lacks a little bit of longevity, but still, I mean, it smells so good. I had to have it in this list. And if you are a huge citrus fan, this has to be in your summer rotation. Number 4 from the house of Dior, Cologne. Dior Homme Cologne. Gorgeous citrus, lemon, citrus, lemon, citrus, lemon, citrus. That's all you get in this fragrance. In the beginning, I wasn't a fan of this fragrance. I thought it was too citrusy for me. I mean, there are some fragrances that overdo it in the citrus department, that it begins to smell like a house cleaning product. But to me, I thought this was going to be something like that. But it's actually not, guys. This has actually been a compliment getter from the beginning. I decided to go ahead and take a chance on this bad boy, and I fell in love with it. Just took me a while, but fell in love with it. My woman loves it. People around me enjoy this fragrance when it jumps off my skin. Again, it's nothing but citrus. Fresh, sexy citrus. Great for a casual setting. Will definitely garner you compliments. Again, it's not my most powerful fragrance of this list, but I will be bringing this fragrance out this summer due to the fact that it does garner compliments and it does scream summer in a bottle. At number 4, Dior Homme Cologne from the house of Dior. All right, guys. At number 3, Yves Saint Laurent Ultime. A fresh, spicy, yet smooth, rich fragrance. Gorgeous fragrance from the house of Yves Saint Laurent. To me, I'm a huge fan of the original L'homme. A huge fan of the original L'homme. But this is actually up there. Has a little bit of a fresh spiciness to it due to that ginger. But this does carry a rose note. I'm not a huge fan of the rose note, but this is definitely balanced well within it, giving it a floral, fresh, spicy feel. This, like the Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau de Parfum, this can be an everyday wear to the office, to date night, to the club, to wherever you guys will definitely be this summer. And if you're looking for that one fragrance to rock you all summer long, this can actually be that fragrance. At number 3, from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, Ultime. All right, coming down to the last 2 fragrances. At number 2, from the house of Byredo, Pulp. Pulp is an expensive fragrance, a high quality niche release from the house of Byredo, and actually one of my favorite citruses from Byredo. Has this sweet, fresh orange type of feel. Now you'll get a little bit of a dirty orange in the opening, then starts to balance out with a sweet, fresh vibe. This is definitely a great fragrance if you are looking for a fragrance to wear to the office, or a nice fresh citrus fragrance to wear when you're a little dressed up. This will definitely take the cake. I mean, I got this bottle for $180, but you can find Byredo Pulp from a 50 ml for around like $140 and 100 ml for like $175, $180. These do go for around $300, I believe, but if you could get your hands on a bottle for around 120 to 185, you will be solid. Gorgeous citrus, fresh with a little hint of sweetness in the dry down. Man, it is so beautiful, guys. From the house of Byredo, Pulp at my number 2 spot. That leaves it for my number 1 spot. I am excited to show you this fragrance. Actually, it came into my head, man, should I put this fragrance as my number 1 spot? I mean, it's gonna beat out Creed, it's gonna beat out Pulp and Ultime and all these other fragrances I just showed you guys. Should I put this at my number 1 spot? I'm not gonna discriminate. This has actually been one of my favorite go-to fragrances when it's hot outside. The compliments are ridiculous. I get tons of compliments, and the best part of this fragrance, guys, that it's an imitation fragrance. It's imitating a high quality fragrance that sucks in performance, while this fragrance actually gives you life in the performance department. At number 1 spot, from the house of Parfums Vintage, Evolution de l'Homme Soir. This fragrance imitates a very popular fragrance when it comes to the summertime from the house of Rossa, and it's none other than Elysium. I get more of a fruitful vibe in this fragrance. The fruit in this fragrance is amped up, but not overwhelming, where it becomes synthetic and it just becomes a mess. This is well balanced. You have this fresh fruit opening, guys, with a nice sexy hint of spicy dry down, giving it a masculine feel. I'm telling you, this has actually been my most complimented fragrance from this list that I'm showing you. Even in the springtime, I was testing out a lot of my summer fragrances that were definitely going to make this list, and this has actually been on top of everything else, guys, up there with the Ventus and up there with Melusine Imperial and all my other high quality niche fragrances. This gives you everything and more you'll get off of Elysium. I get around 7 to 8 hours, believe it or not, of longevity, solid performance, and a good 3 to 4 hours of projection. People will notice this fragrance if I'm passing by. If I'm passing by you, you're gonna get whiffs of this bad boy. If you're around my area, around my bubble, you're gonna get whiffs of this bad boy. Gorgeous, sexy summer fragrance. At number 1 spot, Evolution de l'Homme Soir from the House of Parfums Vintage. All right, that does it for today's video. Hopefully you guys are excited for the summertime and excited to just dust off your summer fragrances and start rocking them. If you are interested in any of the Parfums Vintage fragrances, I will be leaving a link to their website below. Go ahead. If you're interested in these videos and what I've been putting out, go ahead and subscribe down low for future videos. I will see you next week with another top 10 list or a fragrance review. But until next time, like always, stay classy, smell good. Peace.